gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Paranormal Bus Stop, where we talk about all things paranormal in a round table format, featuring Ashley Storm, Cynthia Gerolius, Shay Carroll, and myself, Darren Buss. Welcome to the show. Let's have some fun.
Here's your host, Darren Buss.
Hey guys, welcome to another Monday edition of the Paranormal Bus Stop. We have Shay Carroll, Ashley Storm, and Cynthia Gerolius with us tonight. And myself, Darren Buss, how you will know. So how are you ladies doing tonight?
Peachy.
I second that. Peachy.
And I'm keen.
We had a little bit of a rough start, so I'm sorry. I'm getting messages. I can't find the show. We had Skype updates and issues, so it's nobody's fault.
Yeah, that's all on my end there with Skype. I was trying something new with a different computer, and it all fucked up on me. So, anyway, welcome to tonight's show.
Women in the paranormal. What? Took a woman to fix it.
I don't know which woman fixed it. Because for once, I don't think I did.
As you all see, the title on tonight's show is Women in the Paranormal Field. So, let's get an initial start of how you guys feel about the role that you guys take in the paranormal field, and where do you go with it?
Before you guys start, I'm going to opt out of this question. You guys already knew I had to walk away for a second, so I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who wants to take a stab at it?
You go first, Cynthia.
Oh, okay, thanks. Rephrase the question?
Well, I should say, so when you guys go to a paranormal investigation, how do you guys feel as the women are portrayed in the investigation itself? And do you feel somewhat left out? Do you seem like you're more into it? Just give how your general feeling is when you are in a paranormal investigation.
Okay, gotcha. I don't really feel left out. Because most of the teams that I'm around have quite a few women in them. I think personally that females are a little more in tune with the environment that they're in, and I think that we're a little more in tune with what's going on in the situation that we're in. We tend to be a little more empathetic and sympathetic. But no, I guess I have never been in a situation, given one, that I've ever felt like I was devalued or that my opinion didn't matter.
Okay. Ashley?
So I have two very different views about this, because for the most part, it feels like the paranormal field is actually mostly women. it doesn't, or at least there's an equal amount. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like there's more men, so it doesn't necessarily feel like we're bullied or it's like overtaken or run by men. And like she said, there are so many teams with women, and it's usually an equal mix, or there's like one or two guys and then mostly females. And because of what Cynthia said, us being more empathetic, being more in tune and stuff, I think that's why we as women are more drawn to be paranormal investigators. Most men, it's the I don't believe in it, so I have to see it for myself to believe it mentality. And for women, it's more emotionally driven. For men, it's more scientifically driven. For women, it's definitely more emotionally driven. But I have run into the few teams, but I think this is just kind of something that anybody runs into as a beginner. But again, being a woman, there's always going to be those people that you run into where they think that they're better just because they have a dick, but it's not true. It was more bravado and machismo than anything, which again is a very male thing. Some women are capable of it too, though, don't get me wrong. But you can't do this location, or you shouldn't be here alone because you're women. You guys both know I investigated by myself for the longest time. And because I was a female, that wasn't okay. That was me being reckless and me being dangerous. But if a male goes out and does it by himself, it's perfectly fine. And it's like, well, here's the thing. One, I always had the cops on standby every single time. They knew where I was at. They knew that, like, they constantly do rounds and checkups. Even still as a group, they do that. I'm always very careful about my surroundings and myself. And I can handle it. Like, I've never fought a woman before. I've only ever fought dudes. Like, you want to come and bring it to me? Like, that's fine. I could handle myself. But don't treat me like I'm helpless just because I'm a woman. When, if men do it, you don't say anything to them. If you're going to say something to one person, say it to everybody. Because I'm not down. I'm not down with that. That's not good.
Agreed.
Right.
And, you know, to build on Ashley's thing, I know several females that were at least started out investigating by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and a lot of it's because people won't take you on, and that's a thing that that last show we did that I ended up cutting out because I was in the middle bumfuck nowhere driving home, and got lost because I was on the show with y'all. If I would have stayed on the right path to get home, I would have kept service, but I was so sidetracked talking with y'all about it. I ended up going like 30 minutes out of my way in the middle of Deliverance country. Right. You're so dumb.
We lost Cynthia here.
I'm here.
Just lost the video.
Yeah.
But the being so stingy with locations, or that way that we treat new people coming into this field, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know this, you don't know that, you haven't been doing it forever, you don't even have a YouTube channel. Like, well, what the fuck does having a YouTube channel have anything to do with knowing what you do? What? Yes. But it's like, I've been experiencing this stuff all of my life just because I just started, and, you know, come to find out later in my life that I actually was investigating this whole freaking time. When I was taking out the little recorder in my backyard trying to see if I could catch what I was seeing and stuff, I was investigating. I just didn't know it. And we have to be more open to newcomers in general, but especially to women. Like, being sexist is not cool, no matter which field you're in. And
Right.
I'm glad we don't see that much in this field, though. We really don't. And we are very lucky for that.
Yep.
Right. Chime in, Jay.
Do it. Do it. It's
Come
your
on,
turn
Shay.
anyway. Do it. People being creepy, yes. But people being rude to us, like as investigators, because we're female, no. Like people being sexist about us not knowing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? People are pervs no matter what. But especially with what we do, I've found that people are way creepier and way more just like willing to pop up in your inbox and be like, hey, I like your energy. Do you want to send me naked pictures? Bitch. No.
Wow. You know,
Jeez.
y'all must have something special because I don't get that.
I guarantee you this shit is fake accounts.
Wow.
So that's
See,
wrong.
I don't get that.
Yeah, that happens a lot, especially on Instagram. That's why I don't use it anymore.
Damn. Oh,
See, but here's the thing, though. We need to start calling out people like that because that is sexual assault. No matter which way you put it, if you didn't fucking ask for it and you send it to a woman, one, that's distribution of pornography. And if you if you do it to a certain extent, I mean, depending on what state you're in, that shit is illegal. You cannot do that. That is sexual harassment. They need to be called out because if they're doing things like that, imagine how they treat women in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like that skeeviness and that perviness doesn't just stop there. And because they have big names, just like in Hollywood, people are afraid because these people have that power and that backing behind them. These people are going to be liars. People are going to be, called out or just making stuff up. But I mean, if you have that evidence that these motherfuckers are doing this shit, I would put them on blast. You don't get to just stay with being a fucking creep. You don't. Like, sexual assault in any way, shape, or form is just not acceptable, especially in this field, because she has a point. I've had people who were not necessarily, like, famous, but had a pretty big following of people, and the way that they talk to women, the way that they treat women, is just like, holy fucking shit, I cannot deal with this. Uh-huh. Yep.
well,
But it's more of a privacy thing, though. With us, it was more of a privacy for the victims because it's not our story to tell. To a certain extent, if, like I said, because he sent you that picture, because it was you directly, I would have put that shit on blast. But when it's somebody else's story, you have to be delicate with it because they might not be ready for it.
Yeah, and there's several teams that I've seen where the guys they just talk down to the women, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just never had it happen to me. And I guess I'm lucky though, because with my team's all guys except me, and they always put me up as the boss. So, I guess, yeah.
He said he can't hear you. Mallory said she can't hear you either, though, Shay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not in chat. I've got my notes out, so it kind of
All right.
kills me in the chat.
How about now? Oh, Matt
Can you
didn't
hear that?
Matt didn't even get a special shout out. He didn't even hear me. All right. They covered what I said, so we're good. Sorry, guys. We are having major issues with Skype tonight.
All right, so we'll go on with a question here. So I want to know specifically, women in particular, what qualities that you bring more to an investigation more than what a man can do?
None. Why? That's also sexist. Shouldn't it be equal?
It should be equal, but it sometimes...
Here's the
seems
thing.
A little bit more.
It's kind of... I've actually ran into... And I would have said it was our emotional nature that maybe would be more applicable to what we do.
Yeah, but that's different than...
Lately, but here's the thing. Lately, since I've started doing this, like, running the asylum and stuff, I've met a lot of male sensitives. So that really changed my perspective on it really being a female dominant thing, because to that point I hadn't really encountered very many others. And so I would agree with Shay on that one. Nothing really. It's like we both kind of are on the same kilter with that.
Some spirits...
Everyone has a special something to bring, regardless of our...
Some spirits might...
Gender.
Yeah.
Some spirits might... be attracted more to one gender or the other, but I don't think that has to do with the actual person. That has to do with the spirit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it's more widely thought that women have a little more
Intuitive ability.
Yeah, a little more of the intuitive abilities, a little more of the sensitivity.
See, I think that's sexist too.
A little more of the compassion, but as you guys have said, you know, you see more and more now. There are more and more males that are coming out.
And you have to think about the fact that it was probably the fact that it wasn't really, it's still not acceptable really to be one. And
no.
It's
exactly
very, like you said, it was thought of as a female thing. So there were probably literally the entirety of history men who had this ability but just didn't speak up because it was girly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a girl thing. I'm not gonna be a psychic.
Yep. But yeah, no, there's several males that I have met that have those abilities and those, you know, those qualities. And so yeah, it's not just a female thing.
They've honestly been more impressive to me so far than the other female ones that I've met.
I can use, for example, all three of you are fill-in co-hosts for me, but the other one is Chris Brown. And oh my God, he's an awesome medium, psychic, sensitive. Like, he is sensitive in all the ways the word can be interpreted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you know, before he passed, Roland was even coming more into being able to sense things and see things, and you know, his intuitive abilities were coming out. So I mean, it's
everybody has them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we've talked about this. Everybody has the ability to do it. It's just whether or not you allow yourself to a certain extent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Certain people may be born with more gifts, or maybe a certain like near-death experience or something traumatic in their life may enhance it. But we definitely all are capable of it. It's just whether or not you want to.
Yeah. And it's been more commonplace that it's more embraced by women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So let's get into, so that's more the ability side of it. Let's get into the differences in where how women approach investigations versus men approach investigations, and how they can do it differently.
Who wants to go first on this one? Because nobody's going to like my answer again on this.
I know what your answer is going to be. I've noticed, just from running the asylum now, again, this is just another observation of seeing teams work in real life, you know. The women groups are way more, not necessarily diligent, but softer in the way that they go in. They're more, they ease into it way more. The male groups, all male groups I've had, just
dive in aggressive.
Yeah, look, get set up all the equipment. We gotta get here, get rolling, and just dive right in and are very, like, you, not necessarily aggressive, but enthusiastic and just gung-ho. The women I have found are way more, let's take our time and we'll do this and that, and then, yeah, I guess, and I don't know if it's just because of the location, but the women don't seem to investigate much.
Do you think that's circumstantial? Like, because again, I find that we're talking about women in the field, and we start
Depending
with
on
being
how
sexist.
a location.
Do you think that's how men think they have to be? Because I don't find that, or I choose to only investigate with people that are like-minded. I don't know. I don't own a location.
Here's the thing, is that, well, you missed this part. I said women were more, our reasons for getting into it are more emotionally driven. Men's reasons are more scientifically driven. Like, I need to see this for myself for it to be right. Women, it's like, I felt this and I just want to experience again, but it's not a scientifically motivated thing. It's a what made you feel emotionally thing, because we do process things differently. Our brains are just built like that. Like, especially emotions like that. And so
Sorry.
I think it makes sense that when you have all female teams, they go in with it being more lighthearted and just kind of feel the place out, and men are more, I have something to prove, so I'm going to get it done. And then you have the mixed groups of mixed genders, and they come in with a mixture kind of that mindset. I don't know, it's really weird to describe.
See, I've had the opposite.
Very different drives.
I've had the opposite effect. The women, 8 out of 10 times are more aggressive than the men. Matt's in chat saying he prefers to investigate with women. It's kind of what you're saying, I think, Ashley. I'm waiting for his response. But for me, I've had women that are just very aggressive.
We had that happen this weekend, and that was like the first time I had ever encountered that, and I was like, whoa. And even one of the spirits in there did not appreciate the way she was acting, and I ended up having to leave. It was, yeah, we'll get into that at some other point, but that shit was crazy. They just have different gears. Everyone has different gears, and it's weird to see how the different collection of sexes does that, because to a certain point things are sexist, but the way that our minds, because our chemical compositions are just different. The way our brain,
I don't know if they are.
The way we process complex emotions it's scientifically proven. Like, men are just they're more driven by desire and need, and we're more driven by emotion and will.
I just don't like blanket statements. I say that in almost every show. I just don't think you can put a blanket statement out there. Cynthia, what do you like investigating with? And then we'll ask Darren more. Do you have a choice? I don't have a choice. I judge everybody individually, so.
Yeah, I don't have a preference as per se. I've noticed the difference in investigations. Like when I went to the women's club with REP and a few of the other girls, it was all female, and I mean we were very thorough. We were very, we were very focused, but it did seem to be a little bit more lighthearted than some of the other investigations, and I won't say all, but some of the other investigations that I've been on where there's been mixed groups. To me, in my opinion, and again, to paraphrase Kelly McCarville, in my truth, what I see is men, to me, seem to get a little more aggressive than the women do. But again, this is just what I have experienced with the teams that I have been with. So this is not something that I can say all people are like or all teams are like.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But yeah, it's in my experience, the guys that I have investigated with, if they're not getting anything, they'll tend to lean more towards provoking.
Yeah, they get frustrated quicker. And with women, they sit around and they're more like, I don't know, they're kinder, they're gentler in the way that they approach it.
Okay, so I know Darren has to answer this question still too, but I want to throw this out. So most of the chat
agrees. Not all women.
Most of the chat agrees with you two girls. So I just want to point that out. So is it that I just choose, like, because I'm talking about people that I've never met before, like random people that you happen to be with, and that's who I'm attracted to, for the lack of a better word. So is it energy attracting energy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's chemistry.
I'm good at that.
It's vibe. Yeah, it's chemistry and vibe. I mean, truthfully, it's all who you vibe with. Period.
Yeah, whether it's male or female. If you're, it depends on how you act. But because even when they do, sometimes I don't like how soft they are. And I'm just like, we gotta step it up. We can't just sit here and wait. But again, I've also had men who do the same thing. So I'm not trying to be sexist. It goes for everyone. It's just observations of what
I'm just trying to point out both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're really correct, Shay. I mean, like Ashley said, there's some groups that are just soft and nice and, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? What response is that going to get you at a jailhouse? It's not. You know? It all depends on the location that you're at, the people that you're with, and how you vibe with them.
Mm-hmm. And how the spirits vibe with you.
That too.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So
exactly.
All right, Darren, what do you like? Sorry, we skipped right over you. We went to like 8 questions because we're female.
That's fine. See, this is why I wanted to have an episode like this, so you guys can speak your piece and how you feel about it.
I've wanted to do this for over a year. It's been scheduled, and some reason, every time I scheduled it on my show, something happened. So, what do you have a preference on who you investigate with, women, men, or is it a vibe?
See, I like investigating with women. I find it that they draw more to the investigation. The energy is a lot different, and it just seems like you get a little bit more results with women and stuff. And me, and Cynthia's seen me how I go with my stuff. I'm kind of slow at it, and I don't rush at doing things. I just want to observe the whole place and then try and figure out where I want to start first and who wants to join me and whatnot, and see what kind of energy they bring the different area of the location. And quite frankly, me being new into going to investigations, hey, she wants to lead it, go right ahead, because I'm willing to follow what she wants to do, and because there's always different tactics as to what she would like to do, then let's follow that, versus what I would want to start out with. But I like to watch how they do it and just bring the investigation a little bit more together,
I do. Yep.
So
yeah, that's why we fucks with you, Darren.
You just never know.
Guy.
I was gonna say Darren brings a little more of the and nothing against you, Darren. Don't even take this personally, but you bring more of a feminine vibe to it because you investigate more like the girls.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, but that could be what we're all talking about.
It. I don't see no reason to be macho about it. Really?
No.
Yeah.
No, but that could be the reason why we're all saying that. We might have just had interactions with, because I'm not very feminine. Let's be real.
At all, by any means.
I'm more of a tomboy than anything else.
Yeah.
The girliest thing I do is my nails.
Right. That's the only thing I do.
I bite my nails sometimes.
I'm doing them right now.
See, I'm just excited just to be at an investigation with people and just interact with other people doing the same thing that I love to do. And
Right.
That's what it is for me. And if we catch something, regardless of how I go about it, and like I said, I don't care to be macho about anything. There's just no way need to be not macho about it. Because we're all, at the end of the day, we're all going to possibly get the same result or different results. But that's a bonus then if we catch something.
Yep.
And that's what it is for me. So I it doesn't matter to me, but I think it goes much better with women.
It vibes better with
But
with
is
women.
that because
Right.
the women investigators, or is that because of what you vibe with better? Because for me, it has nothing to do with the woman investigator. I vibe better with men.
Yeah.
It takes
It's all
a
who you
special
vibe
woman
with.
to put up with me. It really does.
Well, like I said, you nailed it on the head. I vibe better with women because sometimes when there's other men in the group, I mean, Taylor's in there and Emmett. I haven't investigated with Emmett yet, but with Taylor and stuff, I mean, I don't feel like he's what's the word I'm looking for? He's overpowering or anything
Aggressive.
towards me.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we get along great, and
Yeah.
sometimes if we don't find something, maybe we'll do small, little provoking, but nothing too extravagant, But I just don't like being shoved around or what the hell are you doing here?
Or pushed to the
You're
side.
doing this right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care for that. I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
be macho, fine, go somewhere else and be that. Because don't be around me because I'm here to do a job and get some results.
Yep.
So that's what it is for me. So
It's basically who you vibe with.
Yeah.
right, exactly, and you can feel that right away how it is once everything. Then how the night's gonna go. If
Oh
you're-
Lord, yes.
I mean, if everything's meshing really good with everybody, it's going to be a good night. And if there's problems with somebody, then there's going to be a little bit of an issue, and we would have to address that. But not in a aggressive way, like, hey, you're not working well with this group, so you got to go. It's like, let's calm down, let's talk about what's going on, what your issue is, and then let's coexist.
Sorry, I was laughing at that because I can take you back to a situation where I actually had to almost do the whole "you need to leave." I can vibe with the girls. I can vibe with a lot of the girls, but there are some females out there that just drive me nuts. And we were investigating Bobby Mackey's. We were on the investigative tour. It was 2 hours, and Roland and I took him down there to do Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, and Bobby Mackey's was one of our stops for his birthday. And there was this chick that she didn't accept any of the scientific. She went all metaphysical, all woo-woo, as we call it, and everything was bad.
Woo-woo. No, I'm just kidding.
Everything was bad. Everything was evil. Everybody was mad, and the other people in this investigation with us were terrified when they got out of it, and I had to come through and use Palo Santo and sage just to quote unquote cleanse them from nothing, because nothing actually followed them, but to cleanse them, to make them feel better so that they could go home peacefully. So I mean, it's all in who you vibe with, period.
Is anybody...
Right.
This is... Before Darren asks this next question, I know I keep interrupting. It's a bad habit, and
we answered a lot of them already before.
I'm working on my bad habit. I notice when I edit me and Rebecca's show, I interrupt her a lot. So I am working on it a little bit. I got a lot of ways to go, but when we're at an event, we're helping with an event, or even just at an event, do you guys take newbies under your wing? Because, like, I always, like, invite the ones that nobody else wants, or...
I try to.
I always do. I always end up with,
You know,
like, people, like, no, come with me. I'll, you know.
well, I seem to, anytime I go to an event, or if I'm helping with an event, I get paired with the newbies a lot. So, yeah, I love doing that because, you know, then you can give them your experience and you can give them, you know, your ideas, and you can help them to you can help them to understand that, you know, there's no one right or wrong way to do things. You know, you can lead them in the better path to take instead of the whole provoking like some people do.
We're not mentioning sex.
But yeah, I mean, it gives you a chance to educate them. So yeah, I love helping out newbies.
I do too. I really do.
I actually run events just for newbies
See?
at the asylum. So I have packages for just beginners where you use all of my equipment and we go through for 13 hours, and I only charge you $200 for a group of 20. So you can bring your friends, people you feel comfortable with doing it and sharing that experience with. And I stay with you the whole time and just kind of take you through for about 2.5 hours and show you how I do everything, and then take you through wing by wing and let you guys kind of take over and do your own thing and figure out your own groove with it and ask questions and stuff. I mean, it's pretty awesome, the people that we've gotten in and how much you can actually change people's minds. Because I literally spend the first 2.5 hours basically retraining people from the TV shows they've watched. Wait, you mean this doesn't really work that way? No, it actually works like this. And you're not supposed to say this to them? No, I really wouldn't talk to them. Would you talk to your mom like that? No. Okay, well then don't talk to them like that, like type stuff. And it's awesome because you get to make such a difference. And it's being nice to newcomers instead of being an asshole. I wish people would have been way nicer to me when I first started.
Right? Like, instead of being made fun of and...
Yeah, or being told that, like, you're not good enough because you don't have a YouTube channel. Like, that always blew my mind. Do you even have a YouTube channel?
No.
Fucker. Are you... First of all, you have like 12 followers on yours. Shut the fuck up.
Right?
Right? Two. Yeah. Get off my dick.
Yeah. I wish somebody would have taken us under their wing at our first event that we actually went to. Because
I do too. I would really wish, because I jumped in without doing events.
The first event we ever went to was a total, to quote Shay, shit show. People ended up
every
fighting.
Friday. Join us.
People ended up fighting. People ended up pissed off at each other. People ended up freaking trying to possess other people they didn't know. Ooh, there's a reason why we call it Demon Holler.
Can you what? I don't want to. You can't say who ran the event or anything. Can you at least? No, never mind. Tell me after the show where it was, because I think I know what you're talking about. Don't say it.
All you gotta do is get a hold of the Gypsies and ask them about Demon Holler.
Yeah,
it was the first place I ever met the Gypsies.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll let you know after the show.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions in chat here at all yet?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Because I'm not in there, that's why.
We're just so entertaining, they can't even come up with any questions. They're afraid to ask. They're like, oh my God.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's never a bad question.
No, there isn't. There's bad answers, which is what they're afraid of.
Unless you find a question and just rip it apart anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have to admit, I love the fact that Friday night when Darren and I did our show, that we had Shay and Kim in there asking Darren's questions.
Oh, yeah. See, I've been so busy, I don't get to do... I can't watch you guys' live stuff as much as I used to.
You don't watch mine at all, you heifer.
That's good. Did you just call me a heifer?
Yeah, but only because Angela just used that word, so I needed to get it out of my mouth. You're not actually a heifer. I love you and you're beautiful as fuck.
I was gonna move, but a heifer is not a cow. Oh, it is.
Heifer where I come from is just somebody who's trifling.
Oh.
Yep.
Heifer is also another word for a cow, right?
Yeah, but from where you come from,
Alright,
when I'm from the
girlfriend,
ghetto, baby, a heifer
girlfriend.
is trifling.
I love you, but don't make fun of my coronavirus weight. I didn't have the virus. I just had the...
I'm telling you, heifer is trifling where I'm from. You Northerners got a different, like, terminology for that shit. I'm from the 504, baby. Heifer's different.
All right. So I'm going to take her word for it that it's a term of endearment, although if anybody else ever calls me a heifer besides her...
I'm going to give you my best friend's number. She is saved in my phone as BF Heifer.
All right.
it's a term of endearment. I'm telling you, baby, it's all good, though.
It's all
Don't
good.
be playing with me, shit. Don't be
No,
playing with my
not
feelings, girl.
No. I'm good. Hey, let me tell you.
So,
Derek's like, let's move on.
So, okay.
You
now
scared,
we're
bro?
gonna talk a little bit about equipment. So, for what do you guys like to use the most during an investigation? Because see, I like to tend to use the recorder or the flashlight game, Shay, and
Shut up.
stuff like that. So, what do you guys like to do during an investigation as far as equipment wise? Do you feel that there's more advantage versus other things?
Hello.
No, that was me. I have to check my phone.
All right.
What was the question?
What do you like to use for equipment during investigations?
More than what? Let's see, like I said, like me, I like to use the digital voice recorder or the flashlight game or deck of cards to be different.
What does that have to do with us being females, fool?
But I'd like to know what you guys like to use more versus like if you would use something more different and more sort of how I would use it, do stuff.
Oh, so versus you, got it. Us versus you, got it.
Yes.
Every show is us versus him.
Right? Good work.
He's a brave man.
No favor.
Yeah. Do you want to answer, Ash?
I like voice recorders and not necessarily any type of voice recorders. I like tape recorders. I have a parabolic mic that I hook up to a tape cassette, and that's what I like using. And then I actually really like the Periscope because that thing is so freaking hard to make go off, and the only time it ever has is the most incredibly intelligent responses I've ever gotten. And the camera, obviously. But I don't like being in the dark because you take away so much. So by taking away the light, there are so many different spectrums that we're not seeing on camera. And even by using our IR lights, floodlights, whatever we may be using for filming, you're taking away the ability to actually see everything going on in front of you. So if we can have lights on, I actually like filming with lights on because you have a better chance of catching every single spectrum instead of limiting yourself.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. Shay?
I am such a pain in the ass. Every time I'm asked, I know.
Love you.
I did a little happy dance. Nobody could see it but them. But I think my favorite equipment depends on the location and the claims or the experiences that you're having in the moment. Like, I love the recorder. I love that stupid ghost magnet, which is like the cheapest thing you can probably buy, but the freaking thing never goes off. So when it goes off, and
what is a ghost magnet?
It's this box with the orange thing. I'll have to show it to you. But I've had it only go off like 4 or 5 times in all these years that I've been doing this. And it always correlates with other things going on. EVPs, other equipment. It's like, Ashley's Googling it. I don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I call it.
No, I was typing in to Fred.
Okay.
Do you need me to Google it? It's
No,
called Ghost Magnet.
because I don't even know if that's what it's called.
Orange Ghost Magnet.
It doesn't go off. Most people hate it because it never goes off.
I just found some really cute ghost pins when I searched for Ghost Magnet.
Oh.
Shay, have you used the Ghost Tube at all with Matt?
I think so. Matthew, help. Quick. Type Matt. I don't know all his equipment. I really don't.
Ghost Tube, isn't that the app, the SLS app?
I think so.
Well, there's two separate apps. They have the SLS, and then they have the regular one where it does you can do
infrared and
like a ghost box.
Well, no, it's got like an ITC ghost box on it and stuff. But no, because that thing's more for entertainment.
I think, he's saying yes. We used it with other things, and we got EVPs during it. If I'm thinking in that back bedroom there, with Travis, we got EVPs, we got other things going off, so we used it in junction with other things.
Okay.
No. The SLS one is crap. Don't get that one.
I don't like, I don't like apps. You guys know that, so it takes a lot.
Yeah. Ghost Tube, I've seen a lot of mixed on Ghost Tube.
I think
Hey Shay, did
What?
you see what Matt said?
No.
Go look.
Oh, yes, Matt. Oh, I have so many comments right now. I can't say them, though, because although this is explicit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think Ghost Tube, and Matt can correct me. I can go back to making fun of him in a second, but I think Ghost Tube, we got EVP and something on the Ghost Tube, like the same word at the same time. And we didn't know it in the second that it happened. Mm-hmm. So that was a little weird.
That's what she said.
Yeah. that is what I said. She's snorting.
Cynthia, what do you like to use the most during investigations and stuff?
And I gotta take my earphones out because for some reason they died on me. For investigations?
I'm so sorry, I'm gonna mute myself.
I like to use myself, and I like to use a recorder, camera, just the basics. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
We're laughing over chat. Sorry.
No, you're all good.
Holy shit. I've never heard it called that before.
She's snorting. Oh, God.
Oh, good Lord.
I have to mute myself. I'm gonna do it again. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Ashley, can you say Ghost Lube and Cookie Monster or Elmo voice for us just once?
First of all, you were supposed to say Ghost Tube.
Oh,
then
sorry.
you said Ghost Lube. And now I'm just dying because you might need Ghost Lube for the Ghost Tube.
That's a running joke in RAP.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Wow.
Cookie Monster needs Ghost Lube for his Ghost Tube. No.
Lord.
Emma thinks the Ghost Tube is super gnarly. Can Emma play with your Ghost Tube?
Wow.
You asked for it, don't you judge me.
Oh, I'm in tears too, Fred. Mallory's laughing. Everybody's laughing. Me too. Oh my God. I have to point out the only one snorting though is Ashley. But that's why we love her.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Darren, did we answer all your questions, or did we just go to shit?
I think we just hijacked and went down the rabbit hole.
Oh, I think I missed your Bolston. Oh, God, that was great. He's still laughing. He probably peed his pants.
Shay, I need you to take that when you're editing and make that a soundbite for me that I could use.
I don't edit the show, but I will for you, babe.
Okay.
All right, so here's one for you guys. Here's one for you.
Now get serious. Hold on.
All right.
He has his teacher face on. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, going forward into the future of the paranormal field, what would you guys change in the culture of investigating? Anything?
I would add more bathrooms.
Fuck yeah. Oh, shit. That's for show.
Yeah.
Including mine. She said bathrooms. That's it.
I don't know. I forget. It's been a long year. I forget what it's like to investigate, to be honest.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck. I love you guys so much. Oh, man, I miss this. Oh, I needed this so much.
Anybody have an answer? Or no?
Oh, I would change the way that people... the preconceived notion. I would change the way that TV shows are ran because it's absolute bullshit. Like, if we could just cancel everything that Zach Bacon's okays, then we would be good. I wonder if he has lawyers that go through and have people look for when people talk shit about him and do defamation shit, or if he looks at you and is like, don't ever
if he ever contacts me about the stuff that I've said on air about him, I'd be like, watch yourself on Wheel of Fortune, dude.
Right? With your blonde hair.
Did you guys hear he bought, sorry, totally off subject, Darren's gonna kill me.
No.
Say it.
He bought Lizzie Borden's house. I found out live on air, or live during the recording. What? He bought freaking Lizzie Borden's house.
No, he didn't. Some other tour company was buying.
I don't know. I heard that during the show, and then I saw the news article.
It's like $2 million, wasn't it?
I thought someone.
Please, somebody, please tell me that's not true, because I would not be happy.
I hope it's not true.
I have to agree with Ash. I saw it went to some ghost tour company.
Yeah, it's U.S. Ghost Adventures. It's not Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, but he owns that.
No, he doesn't.
I looked it up. And
Lance Zal is the guy who...
Oh, I hope I'm wrong. Don't get me wrong. I hope I'm...
Yeah, Lance Zal is the guy who...
oh my God, See, there is a guy.
They have a really bad reputation, so I don't know what's going to happen to that house.
Oh, he does too?
Yeah, that company has a really bad reputation of rigging houses, rigging locations that they have done, and then they blamed it on the location owners. But I mean, they knew what they were doing.
Now I'm writing it down.
All that.
I'm gonna.
Lance Zal, Zaal.
That whole area.
I don't have a pen.
But they were charging so much anyway that's why they had to sell it. They weren't getting any business. They were charging thousands of dollars for an 8. For 8 hours.
Really? $2,200, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Check-in was 4 and check-out was 11 the next morning. But you couldn't do the investigations until a certain point in the night when other patrons are sleeping, or you rented out the whole thing. It was because it was a bed and breakfast. Fucking nuts.
Why do you think I've never been there? I'm from Massachusetts. I've never been.
Yeah, it's expensive as shit.
Well, hey, it's expensive to go to the Sheboygan Asylum too. If you want to do a weekend investigation there, it's $2,000 for the weekend.
Where?
The Sheboygan Asylum.
How big is it?
They say it's bigger than Waverly.
Oh fuck. Well, then, I mean, that might be factored into the pricing, and you also have to...
And the people. You gotta count, yeah.
You say?
Yeah,
because if you have a location out there, you can also...
20 people, though.
Yeah, you can only have up to 20 people?
I think so,
You can't fit You cannot fit 20 people in Lizzie Borden's house.
No.
For investigation reasons.
He's talking about the asylum, the Sheboygan
Yeah, but I'm
asylum.
just pointing out that's the difference.
There's over 20 wings in there.
Oh, they're going to overprice it just because of what it is.
Mm-hmm. And it's been on Destination Fear, so...
Yeah. Well, it's just like the Lizzie Borden house. They're going to exploit the hell out of that because of what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Any of those locations, really, that have, especially the ones that have been on Ghost Adventures, they charge out of the ass now to investigate.
See, I don't understand why they got to charge so damn much. I mean, if you want people to come in and investigate, at least make the rates a bit, somewhat affordable for us to come in and do this. Because they don't realize the traveling that's involved. You don't realize the equipment that we all buy and do this stuff. It's ridiculous. And you add that same huge price tag on it,
Because they don't have to. Because people are willing to pay these prices.
Because they're the only ones that let them do it.
Yeah.
It's really a supply and demand type thing. But that's why I wanted to do things differently. Like, my packages are crazy. You will not find this type, you won't find the prices and stuff that I do. And you have to think about the fact that if you do such low prices, you get those return customers consistently. Because you don't just want to experience a place once. You don't just take one day to learn a place and figure it out. Having the rates that I have, and we also have a staying room, so you can sleep there, so you save on hotel rooms, and then I feed you the whole fucking time, so you save on food. Like, what? It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's unreal. I think that's awesome.
I'm going to do a shameless plug right now, because now we're talking about it.
First of all, I just had this conversation with Rebecca. Don't say shameless, don't say only. It's a plug. There's nothing shameless about it.
That's what they call it, though. It's a phrase.
No. Brad, be proud.
Oh, obviously.
Be proud. Nothing wrong with it.
For 12 hours, and it's full access to the whole entire location, you get the base rooms, the resting rooms, the dinner, snacks, drinks, and a guided history tour. It's only $300 for 12 hours. And no. And then for event rentals, it's $450 for 12 hours. But we have to set the prices because of the way that people have tried to do events with us and gotten the lowest rates and then made thousands of dollars off of us. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. And said they were giving it back to charities and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. I'm pocketing everything.
No, you need to know that up front.
Yeah, and then the beginner's investigations, you can have 15 people up in your group, and it's 12 hours for $150. And you get all of my equipment, the classes, we do an hour and a half class going through and showing you how all the equipment works and all that stuff, because then it usually turns into about 45 minutes worth of questions afterwards because of all the things they've seen on TV. And then you have dinner, history tour, and all that stuff too included in that. And then there's another package. It's $550 for 24 hours, and you get all the same stuff. But you can have 30 people in your group. So those rates split between even just 10 people, which most groups are, is not bad at all. And then event rentals for 24 hours is $600, and we have to set the prices on that too. But you still get all the same stuff.
I have one question, and then I will shut up till somebody says my name. Ashley. Ash, you just gave all that information?
Huh?
You just gave all that information, but you didn't mention once what the place was or how to find it.
It's at the Broken Bow Asylum in Oklahoma, and you can find it by emailing me, motherfuckers. At profoundly, not profanely, because apparently everybody thinks that that's what I'm saying, which I'm like, what the fuck? That's a weird ass paranormal name, first of all. Profoundly. What? Profoundly. P as in piranha. R as in aura. O as in o. F as in O as in o. U as in o. N as in D as in L as in Y as in
I never thought I'd be the sanest person on a show ever. Oh, it's borderline between you and me, Cynthia. Come on, let's be honest. We take turns.
Say, hey, wait a second here.
We take turns. Oh, God.
I might go down the rabbit hole here every once in a while, but come on.
Y'all have to keep in mind, I've had a stomach flu for like days, and I haven't really slept since Thursday, so
yeah.
I'm a little weirder than normal, y'all.
No, she's not. Do not. No, this is how she always. Don't listen.
That's kind of true. She right. Y'all don't see me 24/7.
She wrong.
Oh. Matt said happy 420 day, everybody. That's a pot reference, right? The 420?
Yeah, and that's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
All right. Happy 420 day, Matt. Enjoy it. I'll enjoy my keto diet. That's about all I got going on. Darren's ready to quit the show.
No, this is fun. I like this.
He said, "What the fuck?"
He's like, "What did I get myself into?"
Yeah, pretty much.
The fact is, still
I'm
people.
sorry.
Just fine.
The fact is, people still in chat amazes me. Those are my peeps right there. Yep. All of them. Yep. Fred, Matt, Mama Deb, Mel's in there. We're in there too, but there's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for having us on, Darren. It was super awesome.
Yes.
Well, we can do it again next month.
Next month I'm calling out.
Guys. Now that you guys are all on camera here.
Oh boy. We're still live on air.
Take a vote. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Me and Shay has talked about this before, and I think I talked to Cynthia. Do you want to do this twice a month, or do you want to keep it at once a month? Because I can do twice a month, because this is fun.
This is probably a conversation we should have off air. You're kind of putting people on the spot.
I like that, though.
I haven't found the spot in a long time.
Deal with you.
No,
we
can
deal
talk
with
about
this
later. But like I said, I'd like to do this twice a month if we could. That'd be great. So we can talk about it off air.
It's a little late now, but okay.
With tonight's episode, this was a very good episode. I'd like to hear all your sides of everything, and if you want to do another episode like this in the future, that'd be great. Other than that, this was a lot of fun, and a lot of good information was brought out of this, and I hope some people have.
No, I'm just kidding.
Soaked it in, and
Yeah, maybe if we did it more often, we wouldn't get so happy and like if we did it, maybe it'd be a little bit more serious. I don't know, something to think about, because I get so excited. This is like downtime for me. This is like good. I love it.
Yeah, this is
okay.
No judgment. I can say what I want, and nobody's gonna judge me.
Fearing.
So.
Well, I think this concludes our episode tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in chat. Who do we have in there? Do you want to give shout-outs?
I can try, yeah. I, the Beholder, me, we have Fred in there who made a point to say, I am still here supporting you. He made it a point to say it. Cynthia, Ashley, of course. Matt, Mama Deb, Mallory's in there. Mallory's probably laughing her ass off at me. I can only go back so far, so if I miss you, I am so sorry. There's a lot more people.
Hi, Fred, I love you.
Yes, Fred, love you. There's a lot. Yeah, there's more people than that in there. I can't go back any further, but there's a lot of people.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And
can I sing us out?
Huh?
Can I sing us out tonight?
We'll see you next month, and we'll let Ashley sing us out.
La 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 la